let's do some amazing words for the week. All right, so this week, your first word is forest. That just means like a woods. Forest, bunch of trees. You hang out. Sometimes it's creepy after dark. Forest. Pouches, little pockets where you can hold things. Pouches, like sometimes a purse may have a little pouches. Enemies, people who are not your friends. Enemies, opposite of friends. Predators, animals that eat other animals for food. Predators. Hibernate, when you take a long nap in the wintertime and you go to sleep. Hibernate. Some animals do this, like bears, and I bet you can think of some other animals that hibernate. Must means you have to. You have to, must. All right, I'm going to read your story, and when we hear an amazing word, I'm going to hold up the pumpkin, and at home, you give me 2 thumbs up and see if you can keep up with me. Here we go. Winter was coming. The forest had turned from green to brown, to gold to brown. The animals knew the snow would come soon. They could already smell it in the air. Chipper the chipmunk sat on a branch, watching her brothers race back and forth. Oh, they have a great job, she thought. All day long they searched for seeds and nuts, and they stored them in their big cheek pouches and brought them back home to the burrow. Chipper wanted to look for food too, but her brothers didn't think she was big enough. How could a little chipmunk like you carry enough seeds to make a difference? Her older brother Chuck said just that morning. But if you could just give me a chance, Chipper said. Stick to what you know you're good at, Chuck replied. There's no sense in changing. Chipper was a lookout. Her job was to watch for enemies. If she saw any predators, such as a hawk or a fox, she had warned the other chipmunks. Chipper knew her job was important. Still, she wanted to scurry through the leaves, and most of all, she wanted to help fill the burrow with food. Suddenly, Chipper's thoughts were interrupted. Chip, chip! A chipmunk's voice called out, calling all chipmunks. There's an emergency meeting at Chestnut Stump. All the chipmunks from the forest gathered around Chestnut Stump. They chattered about good places to find seeds and nuts. Then Chester, the head chipmunk, leapt on top of the stump. The crowd went silent. I have some news, he announced. The word from Deer Holler is that the first frost will be here in 2 days. The chipmunks were shocked. They let out squeals. It's time to hibernate, but our burrows are not full, they said. Each and every chipmunk will have to collect from sunrise to sunset. We need extra cheeks on the job. What about our lookouts? Asked Chuck. Well, I made a deal with the Blue Jays, Chester said. They'll be our eyes in the sky if we share our food with them, so from this point on, all chipmunks must focus on storing. Chip, chip, the crowd cried, and all Chipper's call was the loudest of all. With a flick of her tail, she scampered off with her brothers to find their favorite seed-collecting spot. Chipper started grabbing bundles of seeds with her tiny paws. Then she pushed them into her cheeks as quickly as she could. Whoa, Chipper, I think that's enough, Chuck said. You should go back to the burrow to drop some of those off. Not yet, said Chipper. She kept stuffing and stuffing until her cheeks were bigger than her head. Can you guys do that at home? See how big you can make your cheeks go. Now, if you were a chipmunk, those would be like pouches in there for you to store your seeds for the winter. I've never seen a chipmunk store so many seeds, Chuck said. Because of Chipper's amazing cheek pouches, the burrow was filled by sunset. When the frost came, the chipmunks had enough food for the whole winter, plus plenty to share with the Blue Jays. Chipper is the seed-storing champ, cheered Chuck. Next year we'll all take turns as lookouts. I'm sorry I didn't give you a chance to chip in before, baby sister. Chipper just smiled from cheek to chock-full cheek. The end. So remember your words. Pouches. Must hibernate. Predators. Enemies. And last but not least, forest.